Hello, my name is John Emanuelson, and I'm honored to be serving in my 20th year as Director of Orchestras here at Homestead High School. Like orchestras around the world in 2020, we have wanted to share our music with family and the community. The following video is a virtual performance of our work together. We recorded our 4 orchestra sections during regular class time, including our distance learners at home, on December 8th, 9th, and 10th on this stage in simulated concerts. Many thanks to David Vartanian for editing our 3 days of socially distant work together to create this virtual performance. I hope you enjoy our efforts to bring this great music to life in this unique way.
Hello, and my name is Christian Bensky. I'm a senior bassist in the chamber orchestra. The following virtual performance will present highlights from our longer full performance, which will be edited for early release next year. Each orchestra, together with the distance learning members, performed all of our music during class. These videos and audio were mixed, creating a virtual performance including all members. Because of social distancing, we were never able to rehearse together like we would in a typical year. Mr. Emanuelson aligned performances from symphony and string orchestra classes with the chamber orchestra track that was recorded first. You will hear all musicians, and you will see all musicians play in this edited virtual concert. Look for that release again in January next year. We hope you enjoy our performance and our work together. Thank you.
My name is Anastasia Rakova, and I'm a sophomore violinist in the Homestead Chamber Orchestra. Norwegian composer Edvard Grieg named his Romantic-era composition for string orchestra to celebrate the 200th birthday of Norwegian playwright Ludvig Holberg. Holberg lived in the 17th century during the Baroque era. Grieg composed a 5-movement suite for orchestra, each patterned after a Baroque dance suite that J.S. Bach might have created. But Grieg used the more expressive style of his time, the Romantic era of the late 1800s. Holberg's suite opens with an exciting Praeludium movement that features an active repeating rhythm performed variously by all sections of the orchestra.
my name is Eric Wan, and I'm a junior violinist in the Homestead Chamber Orchestra. Something I like about distance learning is that my schedule is very adaptable, but I think the cost of not seeing my friends far outweighs the minor boost in efficiency I get.
Hello, my name is Luke Koenig. I am in 9th grade in Homestead String Orchestra. Wolfgang Mozart composed the Posthorn Serenade in 1779 when he was 23 years old. This arrangement by Sandra Dackow eliminates the wind parts from Mozart's version, whilst preserving the character and energy of this lively work. We learned about the classical era of orchestra history this past trimester in orchestra. This is an excellent example of this important style of composition. We have to listen carefully to each other to stay together, and we often have to bounce our bows using the technique spiccato for a light classical style.
Hi, my name is Isabel Kramer, and I'm a senior and cellist in the Homestead High School Chamber Orchestra. So, 2020. It's been a year for all of us, and it's crazy to think about how much all of our lives have been impacted and how different everything is from what it once was before. So speaking as someone who went from one music activity to another music activity every day of the week for as long as I can remember, having each one of them get canceled one by one on that one day in March was devastating. Because music is my entire life. It's my passion. It's what I love the most. I love being in a musical environment. I love going to concerts. I love making music with others, and I love sharing that music with an audience. And to have that all taken away from me at once was honestly something that took a really long time for me to comprehend. So, with that, I think I've learned to be so much more grateful for what I do have versus basking on what could have been, which is why I'm so thankful for what I do have in the Homestead Orchestra. I have the opportunity to make music with my peers and to share it with an audience virtually in a safe manner. And I think it's incredible that we still have that and it's stayed consistent and we have the performance ability of a performing art class.
Franz Joseph Haydn is often called the father of the symphony because he perfected this type of orchestra composition. During his lifetime, he was considered to be one of the greatest composers in the entire world. He had an excellent orchestra and was employed by the Esterhazy royal family to compose music for entertainment and various other functions. He composed 104 symphonies, each with 4 movements. This transcription of his final symphony preserves each of the original notes from the original composition while eliminating the need for wind musicians. This past trimester, we learned about the classical compositional style and that Haydn, along with Mozart, are 2 of the most important and recognizable composers from that era. The orchestra members need to pay extra attention to listening to each other and also seeing each other so that we will be able to line up our bows during this time. This was especially difficult because the 2 symphony orchestras and the chamber orchestra were never able to come together and play due to social distancing guidelines.
My name is Manal Nasser, and I am a senior violinist in the Homestead Symphony Orchestra. We will conclude our virtual concert the same way we would have ended an in-person version at Homestead, with a piece that includes all of the members of the Homestead High School Orchestra. Obviously, there is no way to socially distance over 100 musicians in the James Barr Auditorium, so we are relying on DV Productions to edit our class time performances, along with our distance learners, into a virtual grand finale for our performance. We are also glad to be joined by 4 members of the Homestead High School Band percussion section to bring this music to life.
My name is Zach, and I am a senior cellist in the Homestead Symphony Orchestra. Thank you for joining us for this virtual concert. We hope our next performance will be a more traditional one, but it was fun sharing our music with you and each other in this unique way. We hope to see you later this school year.